Hey everybody, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, so I figured I'd throw up a video just to say, hey, how are you? Let you know I'm still around. Okay, I seem to be double-fisted today, and I'll explain each one of these in turn, but first, cheers guys. Yeah. This right here is a pint of my not-so-pale ale. As you guys can see, it's not very pale. But besides the color, I am definitely happy with the way it turned out. Okay, this is a extract beer with steeping grains. Okay, I know I was doing all grains for a little while there, but I just don't have the time anymore to spend 6 hours making a batch of beer that my brother and I are only going to drink in about 3 days anyway. The stats on this beer: ingredients include 3 pounds of amber dry malt extract, 3 pounds of light dry malt extract, 1 pound of crystal 40, steeped at 152 degrees for 60 minutes. Okay, and I'm going to make this recipe again, but I'm going to change the bill to 6 pounds of extra light or Pilsen dry malt extract, just to lighten it up a little bit. I don't know if you can call that a pale ale. It's probably more like a hoppy red ale. Okay, I know it probably looks brown to you guys, but it's got an absolutely awesome dark copper color to it. Alright, I used my house yeast. 20 grams of nugget hops at 14.7% alpha acid. At 60 minutes in the boil, 2 ounces of Atanum hops at 4.7% alpha acid at 2 minutes left in the boil. And I allowed it to, the Atanum hops to stay in the brew kettle for 15 minutes after flame out. A little hop back. I know it added just a little bit of bitterness, but the hop flavor and aroma that you get from the extra steeping of the grains, I think is worth it. Okay, this beer is perfectly balanced. Doesn't have a whole lot of head retention. All right, I wouldn't expect it to. This is an extract, and I didn't use any dextrin grains. No carafoam or carapils or maltodextrin. Okay, so the head's lacking, and you get decent lacing, but it doesn't stick around, so, probably not very good in the lacing department either, but you can smell the hops. Okay, Atanum hops are, they're great, great hops, guys. Very similar to Cascade, but not as overwhelmingly citrus. Okay, a little earthy and piney notes in Atanum as well. And I think they lend themselves really well to the pale ale style. What I like about this beer is as soon as you take a drink, okay, the hop flavor is just like, it's right there. It's sitting straight up on top. After the swallow, it mellows out, and you definitely taste the smooth, creamy malt, so to speak. Okay, which is why pale ales are my favorite style of beer. I don't like really bitter beers. This one happens to come in at 41 IBUs. My threshold is 45 IBUs. I could drink an IPA. Okay, I do enjoy IPAs, but to me IPAs are lacking. They're one-sided. They're all hop, no malt. Okay, and it's kind of hard to make an IPA a session beer. Okay, my brother or some of my friends come down, and it turns into a 6-hour session of card playing and video game playing. It's kind of hard to be drinking a really hoppy IPA all the time. Okay, but other than the color, I have to say this beer turned out really good. I'm happy with it. Okay, I carbonated this low and slow, so to speak, instead of force carbing it. Simply because I didn't have time to force carb it. I put it in the fridge, Set my regulator at 12 psi. It's been sitting about 8 days now. Okay, it is carbonated. Probably not as carbonated as I would like, but definitely carbonated. So cheers again, guys. It's good. Now, I promised a pint to Corey from the Iowa Carver, right? Cheers, buddy. And as soon as I find time, I will bottle 1 or 2 off the keg for you and get them mailed out. All right. Look, so keep your eyes peeled out in the mail for that one. And what I have here, guys, besides a whole lot of condensation on the glass because it's about 85 degrees Fahrenheit right now, is a glass of my strawberry wine. And I gotta say, guys, this is the first time I made a wine from fresh fruit. Well, it was frozen fruit. And I did the pasteurization method. Instead of just pressing all the fruit out of it, I put the fruit in about a half a gallon of water, brought the temperature up to 200 degrees. I mashed the fruit with a potato masher, put a cover on it. I let it sit at 200 degrees for about 45 minutes, just to make sure anything that was in it that hadn't already been killed by the freezing process was killed by the pasturing process. It's coming in, about 15% alcohol, and I mean, just look at that color, guys. I mean, it's a video, you can't smell it, but I mean, I'm amazed. All I'm getting off of this is strawberries. I mean, no shit. I'm definitely happy the way this turned out. And it said, I made it back in December, and I just bottled it about 2 weeks ago. So there is definitely something to be said for aging your wines, guys. I know you can drink them as soon as they're done fermenting, and I've done that lots of times. But a wine that's 40 days old from the time you make it, and a wine that's 6.5 months old, almost 7 months old from the time you make it, especially when it comes to like fruit wines, I mean, the difference is night and day. Very nice. I mean, it tastes like strawberries. I used, when I back sweetened it, I did use a fair amount of sugar. Okay, this wine is sitting around 15% alcohol, give or take. It's a strong wine, so I decided to make a dessert wine out of it, and I mean, believe me, it pairs very, very nice with a bowl of your favorite ice cream. I wouldn't go for mint, but you know, peaches and cream, strawberries and cream, you know, your plain old French vanilla works just fine. Okay, let's see. Since the last time I saw you guys, I had an opportunity to actually talk with Justin from Orem Wines on the telephone. Fantastic conversation, guys. We talked for 2 hours, and I mean, I gotta tell you, Justin really is as laid back and easygoing in person, so to speak, as he appears to be on his videos. And even though the guy doesn't make beer, he definitely knows his wine. I mean, he sent me some wines a while back. I still have the bottle right here. This is his blueberry pomegranate, and I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. Okay, I know I tried to do a wine review of it, but yeah, I'm not a wine taster. I don't understand why, you know, they swirl it and they stick their face in it and they tell you, oh, I can smell this and this and this. And then when they drink it, they're like, oh, well, you know, there's oak and vanilla and mahogany or some shit. I can drink the wine and I can tell you, you know, this tastes really good. It's not too bitter, it's not too dry, it's not too sweet, but that's about as far as my expertise goes. Okay. Let's see, the epic 3 brew day I was talking about, unfortunately that's just not going to happen, guys. Okay. I don't have the time that I used to have, and I just can't, I can't devote 9 hours to brewing in one day. Okay, my original plan was to do a kit and kilo with a hop tea, an extract with steeping grains like this beer, and an all grain all in the same day, but I mean, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Okay, I will be doing, however, I've got 10 pounds of clover honey. So either this weekend or next weekend I will be posting another easy home winemaking video and showing people how to make mead. Now I know all you guys know how to make mead anyway, but my how to make strawberry wine at almost 7,000 views is my single most popular video on my channel. And I picked up quite a number of subscribers just because of that video, so you have to keep the masses happy, so to speak. And I have a gallon of mead sitting in a demijohn down in my basement right now. I made that in December as well. That was made with orange blossom honey, which I've heard is one of the better honeys to make it with, you know, flavor nuances and all that sort of thing. Okay, I will be bottling that, stabilizing it, back sweetening it with honey, and bottling on the first week in November. Okay, with the end result being is 2 bottles from that gallon batch are going to be gifts to my in-laws for Thanksgiving. But what I will be doing with it is I will be bottling your standard 330 ml beer bottle with it, and I won't be capping it. I'll be corking it because I've got a few number 7.5 corks left over. I will cork it, and I will seal the top in wax, and I'll stick that down in my basement. And once the clover honey mead is done, I will do a taste test. Okay, now it's going to be quite a while before I do the taste test. The orange blossom mead is going to be 11 months old when I bottle it, and almost 12 months old by the time anybody even drinks it. Now I'm going to follow the same schedule with this mead. I'll shoot a video showing you how to make the mead. It's going to sit in a bucket, primary fermentation, for 10 days. I'll rack it into a carboy. After 2 months, I'll rack it again. Okay. After 4 months, I'll rack it again, just to, keep it off the sediment. And then it's going to sit in the final carboy for 6 months, so it'll be a year before I back sweeten and bottle that one. But once that's done, I will have the now 2-year-old bottle of orange blossom mead and the year-old bottle of clover honey mead, and I just want to see what the taste differences are, which one I prefer, and from here on out, that's the honey that I'm going to use. Okay, I have a bunch of ingredients on order. They will be here in a couple of days, or at least that's what the UPS tracking information has told me. And I will be trying this beer again, the exact same recipe, but I will be using, as I said before, 6 pounds of Pilsen malt, 6 pounds of Pilsen dry malt or extra light dry malt extract, and I will be using Crystal 15 to try and lighten up the color. Okay. And Well, that's really all I have for you guys this week. You know, I hope your week this far has been good, guys. I hope the rest of your week could be even better. Until the next video, take care of yourself. Well, shit. Cheers in 17, guys.